is over.
Press number 4. Remember that.
The music is over. Press number 4.
Did you do it?
Yeah, man, guys, we had technical difficulties. We were supposed to start at 3, and then our laptop, the streaming software we use, crashed on the laptop, and it just wouldn't work again. So we had to readjust everything on a different computer to bring you lovely people this stream. So here we are, together again. All right, everybody, Arctic Dog is in the house. Everybody's here. FYI, all F word is not open the super chat window. Guys, I was live on Twitch and somebody suckered me into crashing my game, closing my game. It wasn't funny. All right, 206 beautiful souls according to my YouTube analytics, live on the fly, together with me here. I have titled this live stream, I Will Not Infringe. I will not infringe. I've had a lot of people reach out over the time that I've been doing social media, particularly on YouTube, and always pose like these questions. What if the government had you execute an order to confiscate firearms? And I've never really wanted to play that game because it has seemed so, I guess, out of the realm of possibility. And I'm really starting to feel like this might become more of a decision cops are going to actually have to make in the nearer future than the further future.
Follow.
And
do it now.
I am just I'm coming out. This is my coming out party. Right now. I'm coming out in support of the Second Amendment not being infringed upon. So
hold on. I got the wrong alerts up.
What alerts do you got going on?
The Twitch ones.
Whoa.
I never set up the event list.
Thanks, Funeral Man. The underpaid producer, he says he used to work for his dad, loves your work. Thank you, Anthony. Thank you for loving me as a Second Amendment supporter.
Okay. We don't have the event list, but that'll happen.
Okay, I feel like, this world is going to judge me. Wait, is Mike gay? No, I'm definitely... I was expecting him to say he's not gay. Well, you can expect that for the rest of my life because I definitely don't like dudes. Thank you. Appreciate that, Brandon. Thank you for the super chats, guys. It's a huge encouragement to me to keep doing what I'm doing. It's a great way to support the work, and I do appreciate it. So, I have come out in support of the Second Amendment, and I have come out saying I am never, ever, ever going to infringe upon someone's Second Amendment right. This is the question, are we as police officers going to be a part of that, even if it becomes some type of local law or not? I feel like, I was having a conversation with a buddy of mine today, Aaron. He runs a company called Relentless Defender Apparel, and we were having this conversation, and he's fired up about this too. He's talking about the fact that we have worked so hard, so many of us have worked so hard on social media to build a presence and to increase trust for law enforcement officers. And here we go, the first time some cop knocks on a door and says, you got to give me your guns. Dude, what is this, the 1700s? What are you talking about? Gun confiscation. This is insane. The very notion of this is insanity. So I've always felt like, well, I would never do that. And I'm telling you right now, there's not a line in the sand, because a line in the sand can be erased. I'm literally, I don't know what it would be, but it's like I'm digging a trench. I'm digging a trench and filling it. Like that's a line I'm not going to cross. I will not ever, ever go confiscate a law-abiding citizen's firearms. Now, there is a caveat to that, and let me explain what the caveat is. Let's say that a guy busts his wife in the face on a domestic, okay, and he's arrested. I do support a safekeeping of firearms in a situation where someone has demonstrated their proclivity to use violence to solve their problems. And listen, if you're a dude that feels empowered because you can hit a woman, you're a bitch. Okay, you're not a man at all. You lack all courage, and I don't know what it is that you're compensating for or why you would do that, but you're a pansy, and I'm calling you out on that. So, but if that's the case, where violence is being used, I would say I do support the temporary safekeeping of weapons out of a situation where violence has already been demonstrated. So that's a different situation. We're talking law-abiding citizens, okay? Law-abiding citizens. So here I am. I have an assault rifle. I have a Smith & Wesson AR-15 Sport Edition sitting next to my bed. And I can't imagine myself being in the situation where I get the knock at the door and there's a cop saying, yeah, well, the ordinance passed, no assault rifles that are even capable of holding magazines over 10 rounds, so we're not going to do that. Are you kidding me? I don't think so. Not going to happen. You're not getting my gun. Ain't going to. Nope. You will have to find me. You will have to arrest me. I will not willingly give up my firearms. Not going to happen. So I will not be infringed, and I will not infringe. Okay? Somebody give a super chat with a question. Out of 100, how many cops do you think would follow you? Think the military would too? This is a great question.
There's also another super chat above that one.
Oh, okay.
€5.
Don't let them water down your Second Amendment rights. Yeah, thank you. How many cops do you think would follow you? Man, I don't know. It would be the unpaid intern would verify your account. Yeah, we're going to get to that this evening, so bear with us on the Discord thing. And if you want, can somebody drop the Discord link, underpaid producer, in the chat? Join my Discord, because I'm going to bring some people in to chat about this in a few minutes. I have to wrap the stream up by about 4:05, so that's the end goal. Okay, here's the deal. To get back to this, how many would follow me? I don't know. I would say most of the cops that I know are completely pro Second Amendment. I can't imagine any of the guys that I know willingly doing that. Now, here's the issue, is like the oath we take when we're sworn in, and it's got to be similar everywhere. The oath I took when I became a police officer was with my right hand up, and the other hand on a Bible, I'm saying I'm upholding this oath to uphold the Constitution and to enforce the laws of the state of Michigan and the local laws and ordinances in the city I'm working. Thank you for the super chat. I'm not going to talk right now on pre-screening tips, but MP Chang, if you want to DM me on my Discord, I promise to answer that question for you. I don't want to get off topic. So the conflict comes in when the Constitution says one thing and the local ordinance says another, a local law, and now what do? Because you promised to uphold both, but they're in conflict with one another. I believe that the Constitution trumps it. Now, the other conflict that at work is the fact that I believe in state rights, right? So you have Maryland that banned assault rifles back in 2013. So they had this ban back then. It hasn't really been enforced like a door-to-door confiscation, though. So I don't know, But I do believe in state rights. I don't want the federal government to overstep. So these things are in conflict, so it's a tough decision. So I'm trying to kind of like cut through all the noise because it is there's complexities to it. I'm trying to kind of cut through that and get to the bottom at the end of the day, the point on the spear, what is the make or break decision. And the bottom line is I will never, ever, ever go and confiscate a gun from a law-abiding citizen. I will never do that. I will not infringe that right. Ever, ever, ever. I would just turn in my badge and my gun, and I'd go sell squeegees at Walmart or something. I don't know what I'd do. I guess I just keep making content. I guess I just keep doing this. I try to do this more and better. Because you guys, if you support it and believe in it, then that enables me to do it and be that voice. I will not ever do that. What do you want, underpaid producer?
I was just going to say that Hypothetical Pizza did a $2 super chat, and then
thank you.
KSH243, $10 super chat. How about Michigan Supreme Court case tomorrow about preemption and carrying in schools?
I haven't kept up with that, to be honest with you. I hope that we get to carry in schools. That's what I hope. Hey, everybody. Boom. I should have 10 million subscribers. Wouldn't that be something? Maybe if Dude Perfect shouted me out or something. Federico, thank you very much, buddy. We got 422 people. I want to talk about a couple of news stories, and then we're going to take your calls. So here's the deal. I've got 15 spots in the general chat in my Discords. If you're in there, then I will bring you up and talk in a little bit. We can converse about this. Maybe you can give me some things that I'm not thinking about or things to add to color to the conversation.
Let's just add in that 02 Grand AMGT 1989.
Boom.
States' rights are less than constitutional rights.
All right, so here's the story that caught my attention. Illinois town votes to ban, this is from CBS News, Illinois town votes to ban assault weapons, fine violators up to $1,000 per day. The mass shooting at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas and Parkland has once again ignited the public debate around assault weapons and large-capacity magazines. At least they called it a magazine this time. While no sweeping gun control laws have been enacted at the federal level, one town in Illinois is taking matters into its own hand. The Chicago suburb of Deerfield, we all know how well gun laws work in Chicago, voted on Monday to ban the possession, sale, and manufacture of assault weapons and large-capacity magazines to, quote-unquote, increase the public sense of safety. What? This is what's troublesome. To increase the public sense of safety. How is it that taking away guns from a law-abiding citizen increases public safety? How is that even possible? Is it possible to literally say something in a news article or pass a law that is based completely on flawed reasoning? I mean, this is nuts. Thank you, Xander. I mean, I said it earlier, this is insanity. This is one of those things where, as an American, I'm looking at this and going, is this real life? It's like it's David Goes to the Dentist. Is this real life? Like, I can't believe I'm reading this. This is so, this is just tard status 1 million. This is nuts. What's more, CBS Chicago reports anyone refusing to give up their banned firearm will be fined $1,000 a day until the weapon is handed over or removed from the town limits. Okay, my house is going up for sale. You're not getting my guns. You can fine me $1,000 all day long. I'm never going to pay it. We will hash that out in court, or I'll just be in jail. I feel like this is so important. I would actually do jail time, even though that would take me away from my family. That's how strongly I feel about this. That's how serious I take this issue. This is nuts. And it may take some people becoming an example to others to send the message. I don't even know what this would be. I'm glad I don't live in Deerfield. My house would already be up for sale. I'd be out. The ordinance states the possession, manufacture, and sale of assault weapons. Who gets to decide? All weapons can be used for an assault. This is another media creation to call it assault weapons, to instill in the minds of people that are sheep-minded that these are extra bad weapons. It makes no sense. What makes something an assault anything is how it's used. The possession, manufacture, and sale of assault weapons in the village of Deerfield is not reasonably necessary to protect an individual right of self-defense. Are you kidding? According to who? These random people on a city council in Deerfield, Illinois, thinks that they understand the way that a right to bear arms should be understood greater than the framers of the Constitution? How much meth did you smoke before you said that? Like, how do you even have teeth left? This is nuts. The efficiency of a well-regulated militia. Maybe we need some well-regulated militia action, I think. My goodness. Beginning June 13th, banned assault weapons in Deerfield will include, and it goes on to this list, my gun's included in there, AR-15. It's included. Can't have it. High point carbine. Man, they should let people keep those to, like, prop up things in their house. It's a high point. Oh, thanks. Antique handguns that have been rendered permanently inoperable, oh, they're allowed. Or Olympic target shooting events are exempt, as are retired police officers. Oh, thank you so much. Because some 90-year-old guy with a gun that's retired, this is unbelievable. Unbelievable. The nearby suburb of Highland Park passed a similar ban in 2013, which was contested as unconstitutional by one of the city's residents and the Illinois State Rifle Association. Ultimately, the ordinance was upheld in court. Wow. Wow. That's what I thought. My initial reaction was, wait a second. How can they even get away with this? How can they get away with making a law that directly contradicts the Constitution? But Maryland, this is back from November, Supreme Court upholds ban on assault rifles used in Las Vegas and Texas shootings. The U.S. Supreme Court on Monday, this was back in November, denied an appeal of a Maryland law preventing the sale of assault weapons, a decision that upholds a ban on weapons like those used in mass shootings in Las Vegas and Texas. Without offering comment, the justices upheld Maryland's 2013 ban on the weapons, which was written in the wake of the Sandy Hook Elementary shooting. The appeal has been backed by the National Rifle Association and firearms dealers, of course. Unbelievably, this was in response to the Firearms Safety Act of 2013. I'm mind blown. I can't understand how I don't understand how this has come to this point, that a vocal minority are giving away their rights, just giving them away, handing them over. I'm at this point to where it's just, I want it to be very clear to you guys that a lot of cops would not do this. Man, I hope that they don't. My friend Aaron that I was telling you about earlier, he's actually, through his connections, he's building up a list of Second Amendment-friendly departments and cities to go work for that accept lateral transfers for people to get out of Deerfield. If I worked for Deerfield and I was told that I had to go collect guns from people or fine people for not turning over their legally owned firearms, I wouldn't even have to go home and think about it. Off comes the badge, out comes the gun, set them on the table, say, sayonara, it's been real, that ain't me, I'm not going to infringe upon someone's constitutional rights. Not going to happen. And there are so many issues that I've talked about on my YouTube channel about sovereign citizens and other things. The Constitution is whipped around by all kinds of people. But let's all agree that the Second Amendment is pretty doggone clear. It's very clear. So how or why we would want to make laws that impinge that? And there's other ways that it's happening. And pay attention to this, how your rights are being given away. It can happen to us through commerce too. All of a sudden, your Wells Fargo credit card refuses to process any purchases that are made for firearms or ammunition. Now what? Now you're stuck.
I just wanted to mention a lot of super chats that you've been missing.
I have not been missing them. I've just been talking. So
right,
go ahead.
I know. I'm just saying that I wanted to mention. Mycroft, $2. Andrew, $5. My local school district, Palm Beach County School, just voted down the right for law-abiding permitted teachers to carry on schools. Your take? If you want to answer that or not.
My take on firearms is that every law-abiding citizen should be able to carry everywhere in the world, unless it's a private business that doesn't want it. I would support a private business. If a restaurant says no firearms allowed inside, I would just not eat there. Or I would not carry my gun and go eat there and abide by their rules, because I believe in personal liberty. I believe in the freedom of the market. So I'm all for people that want to not carry guns. If that's your thing, if you're like, I just don't want to carry a gun, I don't want it in my house, I'm a pacifist, I'll never shoot anybody, even if they're beating my face out, even if they're attacking my wife and kids in the home, I'm not going to shoot them anyway because I'm a pacifist. If that's you, hey man, go for it. You want to be a victim? That's your freedom. I just don't infringe on my right to do it. So I'm okay with my neighbor that wants to be a pacifist or doesn't want to own guns. I don't care. But I don't want to do that. I want to have the weapons that I would like to have because I'm guaranteed that right. I should be able to legally own that. We have too many restrictions already on firearms. Already too many.
And Rocket Rick Marketing, $3 super chat. Do you foresee gun control in Texas?
I don't know what to predict anymore. I really don't know what to think is going to be able to happen. For the first time in my life, I believe that in my lifetime we're going to see some serious debates on actual Bill of Rights issues. It's nuts to me.
And then Chris, $5 super chat. Proud Michigander here. We appreciate you and your voice as well as good cops everywhere. Keep up the good work. And Austin, $2 super chat. Love what you do. You changed my view on cops. And that's awesome, Austin.
Man.
And Prometheus with the $2 super chat as well.
Thank you very much, Prometheus. I'll tell you what, there's two things that I love hearing. I love hearing from police officers who say that the content that I've made has helped make their day a little bit better when they work, and that it helps them relieve some stress and blow off steam and say what they might not be able to say in a way that they can't say it, and that I've helped change someone's view and perception on law enforcement. Listen, I'm a big believer in the truth, guys. That's all I'm after. I'm after the truth. Uncommon sense these days. And I'm thinking about titling my live stream show on YouTube Uncommon Sense. At first I was thinking Common Sense with Mike the Cop. I might just call it Uncommon Sense, period. Because it seems like it's a pretty precious commodity these days when it comes to media. I still think the average person is going to be like, no, don't take my Second Amendment right. But this is what I'm saying. These laws are disturbing, but what we're going to have to pay attention for is the fact that in commerce, people stopping selling firearms or parts of guns or whatever else, and we're left defenseless. And people who are giving this right away do not understand how this country came about or why it's so important. Thank you for the super chat, Josh Bolton. Uncommon Sense would be an awesome title. Yeah, I'm thinking about whether it's a podcast or just a live show, and just call it Uncommon Sense and just talk about current issues, especially as it relates to law enforcement. But I don't know. We'll see. 546 freaking viewers. Guys, this is amazing. That's a lot of people watching at once for the show. I don't know what our record is. What's our record, do you know?
This is up there.
This is up there. This is good.
I think the most we had at one point was just over 600.
Man.
So thank you guys so much. Thank you, Jeep IT guy, for the $2 super chat.
Thank you very much.
Awesome.
Indeed. We are at 15 minutes and 547 beautiful souls.
Every super chat helps the underpaid producer get one more cent.
Guys, I wish I've been streaming a lot. I'm going to continue to do it as long as you guys are supporting me. I'm going to continue to do it. All right, guys, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to bring you in. If you have something to say, I'm going to check out my Discord and see if we have anybody in here.
I'll drop the – oh, wow, that cut out on me.
It did cut out.
We're going to drop the Discord link in the chat here.
We've got No Knock. We've got Prometheus. Prometheus dropped in a super chat. I'm going to bring him up. Guys, if you are watching this and you're in the Discord, please make sure that your mic is ready to go so that I'm not bringing you up for nothing.
$2 super chat by David.
Hey, David.
You see Michigan going in the way of Illinois on gun control. I think Illinois, IL is Illinois, right?
IL is Illinois, yes. I sure hope not. We don't have places like that in Michigan.
Modern Viking.
I don't want it.
From Norwegia. He's with the Norwegian police. Wish I had a gun.
Modern Viking, I wish you had a gun too, brother. Please stay safe out there. Yeah, that's nuts. Boom. Yeah, share this stream up, especially after it ends. Share the video. All right, guys. So make sure you're ready in the Discord channel, and I will bring you up to chat real quick. Oh, now I've got to come up to my own lounge. Prometheus, what's up, man? Hey, Prometheus, can you hear me? He's talking, but he's not coming through. I don't hear him at all. So let me see.
Did you mute it?
He's not muted. Let me try to. Arctic Dog says he's got an interesting point, but I'm going to try to get to some other people. No Knock, let's move him up. I don't know. Maybe we may be.
Is it just us?
No Knock. He's talking.
Right,
I also don't hear him. So stand by. We're working on it. I don't know what's going on.
No,
is that why?
No, it's going out to it.
Okay.
You might have changed your audio settings earlier when you were turning off.
I didn't do anything, but
It says it's working perfectly fine.
Yeah. I'll give one more person a shot, and then we're gonna have to just not. I don't want to waste time looking like an idiot any more than I already do. I mean, I do that to myself. Mike's Lounge. Arctic Dog, can you hear me? He's talking too, and I'm getting nothing.
So just on our end then.
We have a problem on our end. This last-minute switch failed to teleport
No, I don't know.
everybody. Yeah, well, it can't be everybody else's problem.
It was working fine, so I think it's probably.
Well, this honestly sucks because I wanted to hear from you guys.
I wish I had time to do like technical.
You guys got to understand that right now, what I want to do is I want to rage. I just lost all my hearing in my headphones too. Unpaid producer. What I want to do right now is actually rage. I want to Hulk out. I want to just take everything on my desk and I want to slam it across into the wall, and I want to yell, and I'm losing my mind. We have a computer that's on the way. I love your show, and I will not infringe. Thank you, Glenn. We are going to make this hashtag I will not infringe. We're gonna stay with it, guys. I apologize for the fact that our chat settings have completely dropped off the face of the effing planet. Again, I'm actually legitimately, if you can't tell, this is me keeping an even outside when inside I want to rip someone's heart out and feed it to my dog. That's how I feel inside. Those are my inside. Those are inside thoughts. I know, but this is policing, right?
Really weird that
what you want to feel, you feel rage on the inside, but you got to keep your cool, man. You got to keep your cool. You can't break your stuff. Okay, I'm not going to infringe on my own equipment. Okay, so if anybody has any additional questions, I will field those. Unfortunately, we're just not going to be able to take people in like I have been on the Discord chat.
Try to add somebody in and talk again.
Underpaid producer says to try to add somebody in again. David, he will not infringe on my emotional outburst. Thank you, David. I'm going to try Arctic Dog one more time up in the Arctic Dog, can you hear me?
Are you really not hearing him?
I really am not hearing him, and he really is talking, and he is not muted. So, all right, well, that didn't work again, and that is the last time I'm going to try it because now I really got a fire in my belly here. I don't need to give any permission to all users. It doesn't work that way. Whoa.
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay.
I joined your chat, and I can hear you. I don't know if it's other people.
I'm hearing you now, too.
I can definitely hear you.
I'm hearing El Macho. Do you have any input, El Macho?
I just joined the chat and I heard that you're having problems, so I joined to make sure everything's all right.
Thank you, dude.
Yeah, well,
Unpaid intern beat you to the problem, solving
what?
it.
He can't solve anything from over there.
All right, let's see. Is Prometheus still in here? Oh, he's muted now. Let's go. Let's bring up Arctic Dog. Okay, let's try again. Now?
Hi, can you hear me?
Oh, praise! Praise Jesus!
Thank you, Mike.
Hallelujah!
Mike, guess what I'm sipping my coffee out of?
Oh, the Baconator.
Hopefully not a homeless man's butthole.
No, unfortunately not. No.
Oh, unfortunately.
I'm not that privileged.
Okay.
No, your mug.
Thank you for having my mug. Thank you for being a Baconator on Patreon. What is your valid point or point of discussion for this topic?
Well, like, as a high school student, you know, it's a hot button issue. I grow up in a very blue state. The opinion in my school, majority-wise, is it's pushing for gun control. That whole Parkland thing, like, sparked the fire and literally got mostly everybody knows about the walkout. It sparked the fire, and I don't know what was different about it. But, you know, it feels like, I don't want to compare it to the civil rights movement, but we haven't had something when it comes to the Constitution and people's rights really being majorly infringed to the point where it's starting a national debate and like this. And since really the civil rights movement that I can think about, now that's just me, I might not be that educated about it, but really when you think about it, that's kind of what I'm leaning towards. And, you know, I love to shoot. My mom hates guns. She literally told me, the only way you're keeping a gun in this house is if you're a cop. And I said, all right, well, that's fine. That's her opinion. But she doesn't really like guns. I don't know why.
Yeah.
And that's just the whole thing. I grow up in an anti-gun kind of sentiment, whether that's at school or at home.
Right.
But I love to shoot. I love to go out to the range. I love, like, it's just a stress reliever, you know? And
Well, I'm there with you.
I just really think, like, that shouldn't be taken away by anybody.
I agree.
Because it's just wrong. And if I was a cop and I was told I had to do that, that would be the same thing as me, whether I'm patrol or wherever I'm going. Literally, the badge is coming off, the gun is getting put on my superior's desk, and I'm done.
There you go.
I think that's ridiculous.
I'm right there with you.
Like, this shouldn't be happening. And I just think it's ridiculous how everybody thinks that we need to start regulating everything.
It's just ridiculous.
It's just, yeah, it's ridiculous.
All right, enjoy drinking the coffee. I'm going to try to get a few more people in before I got to end the stream.
All right.
I'll be in
Mike.
touch.
I really appreciate it.
All right, see you, man. All right, let's bring, let's see, poor boy Daniel. I don't know. Who have I never brought in before? Got a full room here. Prometheus, he's ready, I think. Let's see if this works because he's super chatted. Prometheus?
Nope.
Yo, what's up, man?
How's it going?
Good. Your mic sounds like it's being crushed by Godzilla in the end of the world, but other than that, we're good. What's your take?
I mean, I just think that it's all just completely ridiculous. It's completely not. It shouldn't be happening at all. Everybody is. I think they're just in a state of let's get rid of all of it just because we can, or just because we think we can, even though it's completely just out there. Like, there's none of these problems were going on like however long, like 20 years ago or anything like that, or 30 years ago. It wasn't as much as it is now.
Right.
But with the school shootings and all this, I feel like they're all scrambling, trying to get their bearings. Like, oh, if we just ban all the guns, then it'll be okay. Like, there's this Stephen Crowder, however you pronounce his name.
Yeah.
He had a good video on it where he put a bunch of guns out on a table out in public and had a bunch of people like see which ones they wanted to get banned and whatnot, and he was just giving the complete false information. All of them were so oblivious, and it just makes
Right.
me so mad. I'm like, come on, really? And like, for me in New York, at least, it's just horrible because like right when I turned 18, I would have been like, yeah, let me buy an AR-15, but now it's like there's no point because pistol grips not allowed, stocks,
Right.
Collapsible stocks or anything like that not allowed. You can't have anything. 10-round magazine, yeah, that's not really for me. I'll just stick with my
Yeah, it's nuts.
pen stuff. It's just
That's a big issue.
I don't see what their whole spiel is because they're just using these kids as puppets to basically get the idea across when it's just they're all just brainwashed, in my opinion. It's like, what the hell are you even trying?
Yeah. Well, appreciate the input, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks.
All right, dude.
Love your channel.
Thank you. Appreciate it, Prometheus. Thanks for the super chat. So Prometheus brought up a good point, and I'm going to bring in Shadow here next, but he brings up a great point. So did Arctic Dog. They kind of touched on the same thing, which is that we're not getting after the heart of the issue. Taking away rights doesn't make us more free, right? We think that the path to freedom is more restriction. Now, I would say that abuse of freedom comes from a lack of discipline, but restricting our freedoms isn't a way to be more free. It doesn't work that way. Embracing it and being responsible and disciplined in that helps us not abuse the freedoms. People can abuse them, but we don't want them to be abused, but we can't give them away. And the idea that taking away the tools is going to solve the humanity problem is the first mistake, because in order for that to work, the premise has to be true, and the premise is flawed. That's my assertion. Is the premise that says if we take more guns away, people will be safer, is flawed. If you can't just accept that on the face. So if you accept that premise, of course a law that says take away guns makes sense. So we can't just say, like, I don't like the law over here. We have to come back and fight it at the conceptual level. We got to get people to think correctly about the premises that they're using. And that's where the conversation has to take place. We do defend the Second Amendment, KK. That's what cops do right now. All right, let me get Shadows in here. Are we there?
Yeah.
What's up,
How's it
man?
going?
It's going good. Appreciate the support. What do you want to say?
Hey, thank you for all of your videos. I just started concealed carrying about 2 years back, and I'm not gonna lie, you saved my ass in a traffic stop with
Really?
your videos, because I got pulled over, and thankfully at the time I had just watched your video, and I had a cop who had recently been shot at, and he thanked me for the way I presented myself in the vehicle. But the point I want to make is they're saying it's to provide a sense of security.
Yeah.
The key word there is sense.
Mhm.
It's just like TSA with all of their checks before we board a flight.
Right.
It's there to give Americans a sense of security. It's not
Right.
actually security, because security is an illusion. The
Right.
only security I have is the one in my hip.
Right.
And
Yeah,
police,
we have to be
They do.
proactive to truly be secure. We have to be proactive. We can't just be reactive.
absolutely, and unfortunately, that's what police are. They're a reactionary force. I call them when someone has injured me, attacked me, or something has happened. Police cannot act to prevent crime necessarily, other than, the drug enforcement and everything else. They're just there to respond to the violence.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. You bring up a great point. That's for sure. Well, I'm glad you're carrying, and I'm glad you're not going to infringe, and I'm glad that video was helpful. That's awesome to hear.
I mean, I'll put it out there. I'm active duty military, and I will ask to be removed from service if they try to get me to pull someone's Second Amendment rights.
Well, my goodness, imagine there's this big to-do over the National Guard being sent down to the southern border right now. I mean, that would be an inappropriate use of the military, is going around confiscating everyone's guns. It'd be civil war at that point, I think. That'd be nuts.
I can kind of see the National Guard, because they are our secondary reaction force. That's what the National Guard is for, is to defend the nation. If we have a problem at the border, then okay, send them.
Right.
If we have people who are coming over illegally in vast amounts, which they are, because funny enough, I'm near the southern border.
Yeah.
Drug smuggling through there, the cartel, everything, and that's part of the reason why I started carrying, because of where I'm located. I mean, the National Guard is there to protect the nation. It's the force that doesn't get deployed, because we need a force home at 24/7.
Right, exactly.
And people seem to forget that, because when was the last time we actually had a military presence on U.S. soil?
Right, exactly. Well,
that was the last time we actually had a militant nature attack on U.S. soil. It wasn't ours. While it was a tragedy, that wasn't a military force. That was a radical group that attacked.
Right. Yeah, that's for sure. Well, thank you for your service, dude. I'm going to hop in with a couple more people and wrap up the stream.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you so much for your support, and I do appreciate your service in the military, dude.
Have a good day, sir.
All right, hold on here. We got a few super chats that I'd like to mention. Logic, $5 super chat. Tim W, $2 super chat. Back the Blue, the Modern Viking, $20 Norwegian dollars.
20 Norwegian
I am
dollars.
the Modern
What does a
Viking on
Norwegian sound like?
Discord. So he's a Modern Viking on Discord.
Modern
Dave
Viking on
Ransford,
Discord?
$10. Here's to Mike for having the courage to do this publicly.
Thank you,
Chris
Dave.
Breyer, Canadian, $2. Love to join the conversation. Just join the Discord. And then a $2 super chat by KK Darlin.
Thank you. So, KK, your question, why would I have to quit? I would just choose to quit, because I would not, I'd get fired or quit. I'm not going to enforce something that I believe infringes upon people's God-given rights by the Constitution. I would be in conflict. I said earlier in the stream, when you take an oath as a police officer, you uphold the Constitution in one hand, and in the other hand, you're enforcing the laws of the state and local ordinance. So I'm a big believer in state rights, but if the local ordinance is contrary to the Constitution, I'm going to pick the Constitution over the local ordinance. That's how I would do. It'd be a personal decision, and I would continue to defend Second Amendment rights in whatever way I could, but I couldn't, in good conscience, go knocking on someone's door and say, I'm sorry, I don't really like doing this, but I got to take your guns. I just would never do it, because I couldn't bring myself to do it ethically, based on what I believe about the nature of the Constitution in our country. So that's why I would quit. I hope that never comes to that for that reason, but I would do that. Somebody said they would donate $1 to comb my beard. I don't like. Yeah, maybe it's not really manicured right now. It might be all over the place. I don't know. It's kind of growing out. But thank you. All right. Let's see. Let's bring Texas Rain in here, and we'll wrap it up with Texas Rain, because everything's bigger in Texas. Is that true, Texas Rain? Is everything bigger in Texas?
I would say possibly, maybe.
Are you?
That's the
So what's your take on this? Is Texas going to secede from the Union finally, or what?
No, man, it takes a village. I've been in this job for a long time, and I would have to say that it takes a village for us to survive. I don't think Texas succeeding would benefit this state, nor would it benefit the United. And I really believe I don't. It'll be a cold day in hell before I take any man's weapon away from him, unless he's doing it in a manner in which is unlawful.
How long you been in law enforcement?
15 years.
All right.
I'm gonna hit 15 in October.
Okay. Yeah. So I mean, I don't know what your take is. Unfortunately, I do believe there would be some weak-minded people who would be like, well, I need a job, so I'm going to just stick around. I don't like it, but I'm going to do it. And I would be obviously out the door the minute that came down. I just wouldn't do that. Where would you fall on that spectrum?
I'm not going to give up. I can't let my children, my friends ask me why I do my job. Sorry, Mike, I'm in the busy of doing my honey-do list today. My kids asked me one day, he said, Daddy, why do you do this? My son doesn't want me to work nights or work odd hours anymore. And I explained to him, I've told this to a lot of people, I do this so that they don't have to.
Right. Well, how do you feel like, where would that come when it would come in conflict with that? Like if you were told, okay, wherever it is your jurisdiction, we have a new law in place here. No constitutional changes, just a new ordinance that says we're going to go collect all weapons that we've outlawed. So you got to go knock on the doors and grab them up.
And that's going to be the day that the department fires me, and then I sue, and it becomes the city of my name. I'm going to stand there.
Y'all ever been to Texas Rain, Texas? They got the best Coke out there. You get Diet Cokes, Dr. Pepper Cokes, Sprite Cokes.
But no, if you don't want a gun, you want a gun, it should be your right to choose. And I'm going to stand there to make sure that you have that right. And
awesome.
That's the best answer. I know it's very idealistic, but like I said, so many years in law enforcement and family in the business and friends and all manners of such, it just, that's how I see it. I'm until something better comes along, it's the right way.
Yeah. Amen to that. Well, I appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, Mike, y'all be careful out there.
All right, see ya.
We have a couple of super chats. I forgot to mention what
let's
Logic had said that.
Let's mention the super chats
there was
and wrap it
a
up.
Second Amendment rally nationwide, April 14th, at your state capitol. He just mentioned that in his super chat.
In June, right?
He said April 14th. I have no clue.
Oh, let me check that. I'm going to.
And then
I thought it was in June.
Fractal for a $5 super chat. If Texas did secede from the Union, it would literally be the 11th biggest GDP in the world, but legally it can't. But it can split itself into 7 states.
Okay, I'm going to a Second Amendment I just got from Michigan Open Carry. Wednesday, June 20th at 10 o'clock in the morning, I will be going to a Second Amendment march on Wednesday, June 20th in Lansing at the state capitol.
And Jennifer Milligan with a $10 super chat. Have you ever thought of asking Colin Noir to be on your show?
Colin Noir.
And
yes, I actually just saw a video from him this morning and thought I should reach out to him and see if he wants to come on live with me. That'd be pretty cool. I'm going to reach out to him today and see if he would come on YouTube live with me. That'd be pretty cool to have a conversation with Colin.
James Earl Jones.
What about seizing weapons, rabid squirrel from emotionally disturbed individuals or people that have been committed by a physician? I talked about that a little bit earlier, where violence has already been demonstrated to be a proclivity problem. As it sits right now, I'm okay with the temporary safekeeping of weapons from people who have been adjudicated as such. But even then, man, it's kind of like I'm afraid that the government will use the medical field as another means to control, and I'm leery of it. I'm leery of it.
All right, so
thank you so much, everybody, for the super chats. This really encourages me to keep going with this kind of
James
content.
Earl Jones, underpaid producer. Do you still like Star Wars? Hopefully, my weenie comment yesterday didn't change your mind. Yes, I still like Star Wars. And 11 Bravo Crunchy. The only thing wrong with owning a gun is not owning 2 or more.
There you go. There you go. So, guys, to recap, I don't plan on infringing. I hope you don't want to be infringed upon. And this is a topic of conversation that I plan to continue. I know that I'm not on a very gun-friendly platform right now, and this is probably going to be demonetized like every other thing that I'm posting these days. But the super chats and the community interaction are keeping us alive on this YouTube ship, so I appreciate that so much. And hey, we're going to be doing a lot more live streaming. I'm actually going to do some gaming this week on live streams with my son. So if you guys are into like Far Cry 5, speaking of guns and cult leaders and stuff, or Fortnite and stuff like that, I really want to make this a good community channel, pro-law enforcement, pro-constitution, pro-family, all that stuff. Good times, lots of plans for content in the future. Not just live streams, but pre-done videos too. I still have skit videos. I still have stuff that I want to do that's pre-done, and I'll be working on that. But I'm trying to just deliver as much content as regularly as possible. Yeah, I'm going to get Graham Allen on the show. Actually, he's got a new show, real quick. CRTV, Graham Allen has his show, Rant Nation, and Grant has given like a basic invitation to come on the show, so I might go on his show on CRTV, which is where Steven Crowder is and where he is now for their show. Xander, I might play some PUBG. Convicted felons, you know what? It's a good question. I need to think about that more, Diesel Dave. But I'm inclined to say that if they've paid their debts to society, that I'm inclined to not be completely against it. Bork, nom nom. I'm supposed to go live with Donut sometime soon. Dude, there's so much content coming your way, guys. Thanks so much. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the notifications. We're on PC. Twitch, if you're into that and you got Amazon Prime and you got Twitch Prime, you want to subscribe, they let you do one a month. Subscribe over there, whatever it is. Blah, 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 blah. MP Chang, send me a DM on my Discord. I will answer it, I promise. All right, guys, I'm done wasting your time. Been going 50 minutes, a little bit longer than I have been going, and we're done.